mysterious traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, and it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can. For tonight, we're going on the strangest journey we've taken yet. We're going down into the dark and fearsome depths of the sea to watch fate settle her accounts with the arch enemy of mankind. In a story I call Death Comes for Adolf Hitler. My story begins in the radio room of the American destroyer Spindrift, on patrol duty somewhere in the Atlantic. It is late at night. Chief radio man Mike Williams, headphones over his ears, is checking on the dozens of messages whispering through the ether. Beside Mike, his relief man, Joe Norman, is sitting back with his feet up, working a crossword puzzle and mournfully humming to himself.
Show me the way to go home. All the time I want to go to bed. A little quarter mile.
Joe, cut it.
Huh? What is it, Mike?
Cut it, Joe, cut it. I'm getting something. You can just barely hear it.
Something for us, Joe?
Shh, wait. I'm getting it stronger now. There, it's clearer. Holy cow.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a German sub on the bottom and calling for help.
Ain't that something? Shall I notify the skipper?
No, nothing we can do. Must be hundreds of miles away. Get a pencil and put on those headphones. We'll take down the message, whatever it is.
Okay, I got a pencil here. Oh, I got the phone, is that it? Yeah, you kidding me? I can't hear a thing.
Of course I'm not kidding. I tell you, I had it just now, then it faded out. Wait a minute. It's coming back in again.
Hallo? This is Oberleutnant Reiner, the Underseeboard Wolf. Listen to me. Anybody who may be picking up this message, please listen to me. There's nothing anybody can do to help us, but please listen anyway. Makes it easier if I can talk. Easier to face what is coming. Because we are doomed. We know it. Only yesterday afternoon, as we were cruising on the surface, recharging our batteries, we thought our mission was as good as accomplished. I was up on the conning tower with Captain Metz. With us was our passenger, our very special passenger who called himself Herr Schmidt. Of course, that was not his name, and we all know who he was.
A beautiful day, Herr Captain. Particularly gratifying after our long submersion.
Yes, Your Excellency. Pardon me, Herr Schmidt. But we could take no chances on surfacing until we were safely past the area of Allied patrol.
Of course not, Captain Metz. You must not take the slightest risk, as long as I am aboard.
I am aware of that. Do not worry. You will reach your destination safely. I estimate that tomorrow midnight we will take our contact with the South American coast, and our journey will be over.
Good. Understand, Herr Captain? No word of this trip must ever be breathed to the world, or yourself, or any other member of your crew.
It is understood. You may rest assured. My crew is well trained.
The world must not know or guess that back in the fatherland it is a devil who rules. We have lost, but I shall yet win.
It would be disloyal of me to believe anything else, Herr Schmidt.
In South America, I will make my plans. The world will think me dead, suicide, on the day Germany falls. But instead, I will be safely hidden, so I can direct our rebirth.
Quite so.
Our enemies will yet feel the might of my vengeance. I will return to lead my people to victory, however long it may take.
Of course, Herr Schmidt.
Lifeboat, 3 points off the starboard bow. Lifeboat, 3 points to starboard.
Pitching and tossing on the waves ahead of us was a lifeboat. It was crowded with gaunt-faced, bearded men who watched us pull alongside with hostile eyes. A dozen yards from them, Captain Metz ordered the engine to stop. And then as our passenger looked on, his cloak pulled up to conceal his face, Captain Metz questioned the men in the lifeboat.
You're in the lifeboat. Who is in charge?
I am, bless your eyes.
What is your name? What ship? What cargo did you carry? What port were you cleared for?
Captain Peter Jensen of the Mountain, now at your service. We were a relief ship carrying food and medical supplies to Greece when one of your murdering undersea dogs torpedoed us.
That is all, Captain Jensen. You may pull away now. The nearest land is 300 miles due west of you.
I will pull away. Pull, men. Let's get where we can breathe air not contaminated by this scum.
And then, just as the lifeboat started to pull away, the wind unexpectedly whipped aside the cloak that our passenger was using to conceal his face. And in the lifeboat, Captain Peter Jensen, a burly giant of a man, recognized him.
Men, stop! Stop! You see that slinking rat in the ship of a man trying to hide his face? You know who that is? Take a good look at him so you can tell your children you've seen the murderer of mankind himself. The archdevil who really gave the orders that sent our comrades to the bottom.
I fear you have been recognized, Herr Schmidt.
Stop them! Turn your guns on them! Destroy their boat, Herr Commandant! No one must leave the report having seen me!
Very well, Herr Schmidt. Forward gun, prepare to fire.
Forward gun, ready to fire.
Give them 2 rounds. Forward gun, fire.
Forward gun, fire.
You filthy murdering dogs! So you're going to murder us too? You there on the bridge, listen to me. Every one of us will be waiting for you when your time comes. All of us think you hounds and jackals have murdered. We'll be waiting for you, every one of us. We'll be waiting for you, and someday we'll get you. Remember that? Someday we'll get you.
Fire!
They are gone? Yes, we have finished them. There will be no eyewitnesses to tell of seeing you aboard a submarine in these waters, Herr Schmidt.
That's good. Well, let's never know. If I had left Germany, but never guess. The whole future, the fatherland. What is that sound?
Bomber. Patrol bombers coming this way. Get below at once. We are going to submerge.
We made a crash dive into the depths of the ocean. A few bombs exploded, but far away. Patrol planes were too late. Captain Metz gave the necessary orders while our illustrious passenger looked on, his face pale, drops of sweat on his brow.
What is our depth now, Muller?
75 feet, sir.
Good. Then we should...
The bombs! They're coming closer!
No, they have lost us. They are bombing at random now. Yes, we are safe now. Depth, Muller.
90 feet, sir.
90 is good enough. Level her.
Level her, sir.
We will take course 180 and... Level her, I said. We are still making a 5-degree dive.
The leveling planes do not respond, sir.
We are damaged! The bombs have damaged them!
Impossible. Not one of those bombs was close enough to break an egg. Muller, our depth.
100 feet, sir.
Lieutenant Ryder, order half speed ahead.
Half speed ahead!
The shift to hand operation of the diving plane.
Hand operation of the diving plane, sir.
Now level her.
Level her, sir.
Well, what's the matter?
Captain, the operating wheel. Your turn. That's
What?
Diving planes must be jammed, sir.
They will not move. Not at all.
Captain Metz! I demand that you rise to the surface! Something is wrong! Am I safe?
Silence! I am captain of this vessel, and I am giving the orders. Very well. Our leveling planes are jammed. We will surface and clear them. Miller, depth.
120 feet, sir.
Stop, engine!
Blow the forward ballast tanks.
Load a forward ballast tank, sir.
Now our bow is coming up. They are leveling off, sir. Hold her as she is.
Hold her as she is, sir.
Muller,
Yeah, Major.
how fast are we going up?
We are not rising at all, sir.
Not rising.
No.
With the motors off, we must be.
We should be. But we are still descending at about 20 feet a minute, Captain.
Captain, I demand to know what's wrong. I order you, take me to the surface.
I am just as interested in reaching the surface as you are, Herr Schmidt. Blow the main ballast tank until we start to rise.
Blow the main ballast tank until we start to rise.
continued settling to the bottom. It was unreal, unbelievable, impossible. The crew stared at each other. They did not speak, feeling loud. Our illustrious passenger raved and ranted at Captain Mitz, screeching about his safety until Mitz ordered him to escape under pain of being dragged there. We continued with our efforts to raise the submarine to the surface until abruptly Seaman Muller cried a warning.
Captain Mitz, there are destroyers aboard.
Destroyers?
Two of them. I just picked them up on the phones. They seem to be circling us.
Silence the motors. Stop all pumps. Destroyers, eh? Lieutenant Reiner.
Yes, sir?
What depth does the chart show?
Depth? 50 fathoms with gravel bottom, sir. But there's a fault in the ocean there just east of our position. A crevice, 1,000 feet deep, sir.
We are safely beyond that. Muller, our depth?
200 feet, sir.
Our rate of descent?
10 feet a minute, sir.
But our main tanks are empty, sir. We should be going up, not down.
Nevertheless, we are going down. And as long as we are, we will bottom and lie quiet until the destroyers leave. Then we will surface for repairs. Muller.
Yes.
What are the destroyers doing?
They seem to be still circling, sir. Perhaps they are trying to pick us up when they detect us.
We must see that they fail. Our depth?
220 feet, sir. It's almost as if...
As if what?
Nothing, sir.
Go on. As if what?
Excuse me, sir. I was going to say as if something was pulling us down.
Ah, but you thought better of saying it.
Yeah.
See that you continue to think better of such remarks. The same applies to everyone on board. Lieutenant Reiner.
Yes, sir?
We will bottom in exactly 7 minutes. Prepare to make an inspection of the ship when we do. Well, Lieutenant Reiner?
I have finished the inspection, sir.
And your report?
Everything is in perfect order, sir. There are no leaks. The batteries are fully charged. All motors in working order. All pumps operating.
Then obviously there's no reason why, when we choose to surface, we should not do so.
No, sir.
Muller, what about the bloodhounds who are trying to sniff us out on the surface? Those destroyers.
I have heard no propeller sound for 20 minutes, sir.
Then we will surface. Load the auxiliary tank.
Load the auxiliary tank, sir. All remaining auxiliary tanks are empty, sir.
All tanks empty. Captain, your pardon. Do you hear? They have blown all our tanks and we have not risen at all.
I am well aware of it, Lieutenant Reiner. You take me for an imbecile?
No, sir. Of course not, sir. It is thought that it is impossible, sir.
Since it is so, it must be possible. Obviously, we are stuck in a mud bottom.
But the bottom here is gravel, sir. The chart. Yes, sir.
The chart is wrong. I say it is mud, do you hear?
Yes, sir. Mud, sir.
And so we shall have to use our motors to pull ourselves free. Signal full speed ahead.
Yes, sir. Full speed ahead. They are not moving, sir.
Now what is it? Why have the fools cut the motors?
Excuse me, sir. Engine room reporting. Yes. What is it?
Well, what have the idiots to say for themselves?
They say the propeller is fouled.
Fouled? How could it be fouled? It is impossible for it to become fouled on this bottom.
Yes, sir. They say it is not entirely fouled. It will turn, but only very slowly. As if...
As if what?
Well, sir, they say it turns as if something were holding it, trying to keep it from revolving.
The fools. When we get back to our base, I shall court-martial every man aboard. Perhaps the propeller is tangled with some seaweed. That is all. In that case, we may be able to reverse and free it. Full speed astern.
Full speed astern.
Well, now what?
Your pardon. The engine room reports propeller is still fouled, sir. It behaves as it did before. It turns, but as if something is holding it back.
And to think that I, Hans Ludwig von Metz, thought I had the finest submarine crew in the world. A brainless pack of idiots who become stuck in the mud on the bottom and they go to pieces like old women. Now listen to me, all of you. The next man who shows...
Captain Mitz.
Ah, Herr Schmidt. I trust you have not been worrying. Everything is quite under control.
My captain, I've been hearing sounds from outside the submarine.
Sounds? What kind of sounds?
Scratching sounds, tappings on the metal. They sound as if someone is trying to get into the submarine.
Silence! My dear Herr Schmidt, you had nothing except the noises made, perhaps by pebbles being swept against our sides by the current. That is all.
But I tell you, it sounds like hands rapping and tapping, scraping at the hull, trying to get in. Why are we staying down here on the bottom? Surface at once, you hear me? I order you surface at once.
That, Your Excellencies, what I am about to do. Now, all respect, may I suggest that you return to your cabin. Your presence here may impede our efforts.
Very well, Captain. But see that you take me to the surface at once.
Have no fear. Lieutenant Reiner, perhaps you will assist Herr Schmidt to his cabin.
Yes, sir. Certainly. If I may open the door for your access.
Captain Nitz.
Well, what is it?
Captain, we hear them too. Sounds coming from outside our hull.
I hear no sound.
Captain, I can hear them now. Quite plainly, on my detector phone. It is not possible to identify them, but they sound as if many people were climbing up our sides and...
There. Perhaps that will bring you to your senses. Listen to me, all of you. Temporarily, we are stuck in the mud. The current is sweeping debris or pebbles against us. You are all acting like children who think they see a ghost in a graveyard. In an hour, we shall be on the surface. You have my word for it. To get free from the mud, I shall fill the bow tanks, then blow them and fill the stern tanks. We shall seesaw ourselves loose. Do you all understand my scheme?
Captain,
Very good. Flood the forward ballast tanks.
Flood the forward ballast tank, sir.
Captain Nitz.
Yes, Lieutenant Reiner?
The main pumps are again operating, sir. The failure was caused by Hans Jäger.
Jäger? How?
He went crazy, committed suicide by grabbing the poles of the main switch. The short circuit electrocuted him, blew out the fuses.
Jäger was always a fool. How have the others reacted to his death?
Very badly, sir. They are very nervous.
Nervous, are they?
Yes, sir. That scraping and scratching outside our hull has affected them, sir. It has stopped for now, but the crew says that it's just because they are planning something else.
They? Who do you mean by they?
The crew says, sir, that there are hundreds of men in the water outside trying to get in at us. Dead men, sir.
Lieutenant Reiner, do you wish me to place you under arrest?
No, sir. I'm just trying to explain the state of the mind of the crew, sir. In spite of all our efforts, they are still on the bottom, and the men are getting very jumpy, sir.
I shall have to teach them a lesson they will not forget. They are taking their cue from our illustrious passenger, of course. If he had not come out here with his ranting and raving... Never mind that. He's quiet now. I gave him whiskey with a sedative in it.
Your pardon, Captain. If I may make a suggestion...
Well, what is it?
There is one thing they have not tried.
Huh?
They have to try it, sir. Discharge our torpedoes.
Discharge our torpedoes? A submarine without torpedoes, Lieutenant, is no more use than an airplane without wings.
But we must, sir. We have 10 torpedoes aboard. 25,000 pounds of dead weight. Get rid of that, and we have to rise. We have to.
I see you are beginning to share the hysteria of the crew. When we return to our base, I shall not fail to include that fact in my report. However, I accept your suggestion. Order the discharge of our torpedoes to begin at once.
Yes, sir. At once.
Moved, but not upward. To my horror, as I watched the instruments, we began to move downward. 50 feet, 60 feet we slid, as if sliding down a slope on the ocean bottom. After we had fired 6 torpedoes, we were actually 100 feet deeper than we had been. Then the firing stopped. I went forward to find out what was wrong.
It's no use, I tell you. It's no use. We are going down, Adolf. Down.
Yeah. What's going on here? Your man mumbling about. I did not discharge the rest of the torpedoes.
You know what is going on here, Herr Lieutenant. We have fired 6 torpedoes to lighten ship, and what has happened? We are sinking deeper.
He is right.
Yes, we are going deeper. Our planes will not stand it. We shall be crushed, thrown like rats in a trap.
We are not going deeper. We have come to a stop already. And even if we should slide a little further, we still have a margin of safety of at least 100 feet. The very fact we have moved proves we are breaking free from the mud.
No, it is not true. We are not stuck in the mud. We are not.
That man? No more of that.
No more of that. Why should I? Be quiet. We all know we are not in any much. We all know our tanks are empty, and we should have been on the surface long ago. We all know why our propellers will not turn, and we all know why we cannot rise through. Because we are being held down. We are being held down by 1,000 dead men who are crawling all over us, scratching at our plates, trying to get in. They have come from all over the 7 seas just to hold us down, just to see we do not get away. Listen to them. Listen. You can hear them now. Listen.
What nonsense. Fatman, come to your senses. It's only our planes groaning under pressure.
That is not true. You know better. We all know better. Who dragged us down here to the bottom? Whose hands are keeping our propellers from turning? Whose bodies jammed our diving planes? Whose weight is keeping us on the bottom? The deck.
Rossman, I order you to be quiet.
It is too late for orders. There is only one way we can escape. That is to give the ones outside the man they want. They want our passenger, the one who calls himself Herr Schmidt. We all know who he is, and so do they. And they have come to get him.
Rossman, you are under arrest.
Listen, all of you. Let us get this Herr Schmidt with his funny mustache. Put him in a torpedo tube and send him out to the deck, outside. Let them have him. Then they will let us go free. It is our only hope.
Hey! Rossman,
Get the net.
I heard your interesting little speech just now. And this is my answer. Does anyone else want the same medicine to bring him to his senses? Then to your stations. Lieutenant Reiner, continue to discharge our torpedoes.
That was 4 hours ago. We have discharged all our torpedoes, and we are still on the bottom. Every few minutes we slip a little closer to the 1,000-foot chasm in the seabed. Very soon, inevitably, we will slip over the edge right into it. The whole submarine is filled with a great rustling and scratching, as though thousands of hands were clawing at it, tugging at it, pulling it toward that chasm. The crew truly believes that we are being slowly but surely dragged toward it by the dead. By the thousands of dead who have gathered outside, drawn here by their hatred for our passenger. A hatred which is so great even death cannot quench it. I don't know. Perhaps they are right. Certainly our passenger believes it himself. He's in the next cabin. Captain Metz has locked him in. Perhaps if I hold his microphone into which I'm speaking close to the bulkhead, you can hear him.
Captain Metz! Do something! I order you to do something! They are outside! They're drilling at the fire to get at me! Captain! I order you to save me! I order you to! You must! You cannot let me die!
Oh, that is enough. It makes an unlovely spectacle, our passenger, as death approaches. As for me, I have locked myself in the radio room here, after sending the radio man away. Though no one can save us, there is still some comfort in knowing that somewhere some human ear is hearing me. At least I do not feel so much alone down here at the bottom of the sea. Another lurch, then. It is truly as if many hands were remorselessly pulling us towards our doom. The hands of the dead. Oh, this is a fantastic thought. Yet when one is hated as our our hull, as if someone was tapping against it with a rock. Oh, you may say it was the submarine sliding over rocks on the bottom. But listen to me, and listen carefully. This is the truth. That tapping was in the international code. It was a message. A message from someone outside our submarine at a depth of 400 feet. What does it say? Another lurch. Now we are sinking fast. In a moment, our hull will be caved in like an eggshell. But first, I must tell you the message. I do not ask you to believe me, but the message was this. We are waiting for you, Adolf Hitler. We are waiting.
This is the mysterious traveler again. Is that the true story of the death of the world's arch enemy, Adolf Hitler? I do not know, so I cannot tell you. The man who told it to me, perhaps he was joking. You can say. You must make up your own mind. But it is interesting to think about, isn't it? Yes, very interesting. It reminds me of another strange story I heard recently. Oh, you're getting off at the next stop. I'm sorry. But perhaps we'll meet again soon. I take this same train every week at this time.
You have just heard Chapter 66 of The Mysterious Traveler, a series of dramas of the strange and terrifying. In tonight's story, Death Comes for Adolf Hitler. Tony Barrett played Lieutenant Reiner, Philip Clark played Captain Metz, and Lon Clark played Adolf Hitler. The Mysterious Traveler is written by Bob Arthur and David Cogan, and original music is played by Henry Silverne. The entire production is under the direction of Jock McGregor. Listen next week to a tale titled
Murder Goes Free.
Another Tale of the Mysterious Traveler. The Mysterious Traveler is presented by WOR Mutual. This is Mutual.